Welcome to ProBROknow, guys.
Wow, you're like
Way.
energetic.
Super excited.
Yeah. I'm always excited when it's my turn to have a topic.
That's true, you are.
We're not as excited when it's
I know,
your topic.
I know.
Well, rightly so. You should be excited.
I should
Yes.
be.
I like you to bring in that energy because then we get that energy and, it just it
Well,
flows.
someone's got to do it. Jesus.
Well, we're allowing you to have a topic today, so
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to have a topic.
No, please go
It is
ahead.
your turn.
What is my topic today?
No, tell us. Seriously.
No, it's your topic.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
go.
Exactly.
So, Spence, could you let us know what it is
Well, we're going to dive right in.
without the topic?
Wow, you're just going to tell us after.
Okay, I'll tell you now.
Okay.
Sure.
So today's topic, I guess it could be two titles. One being, do you believe, I guess it could be called like first impressions.
Okay.
And do you believe in making strong first impressions? But really what my topic is about, do the clothes make the man, is kind of where I was going originally. But it kind of
morphs into first impressions
Yeah,
and
exactly.
judgments and all that kind of stuff.
Prejudging based on clothes? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like do the clothes make the
Do
person?
they make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's dive in.
Okay.
Okay, so do the clothes make the man?
Yes.
And you believe that's
Well,
yes?
I mean, look what Chad's wearing. Clearly,
I know. I mean,
we're
you
both
ever
wearing
seen such a fancy V-neck?
No,
we're both
yeah,
wearing
it's-
t-shirts. What does that say? And you're wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
I am wearing a
So
hoodie.
if the clothes make the man, what does that mean about you right now with a hoodie?
It means this man is pretty comfy.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. No, carry on. So was your thing?
Yeah, so I guess my question is, do you think it's appropriate to dress the part?
Well,
So let's say you're going out
in
for
short,
dinner.
yes.
Do you want to get like dressed to the nines when you go out for a nice dinner? Or do you want to just be comfortable?
Well, where are you going for dinner? That's probably the first question.
Well, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah,
Actually,
it does.
Well, no,
today it
no.
doesn't.
No, because he's saying dress for the part. The part might be a casual restaurant. Might be you're going to dress casual. If it's
But even if it's it could be a high end restaurant.
well,
but
let's
if-
talk about that because we went out last night to the Lord Nelson
Of course.
Steakhouse.
Yes.
And would you call that a fine dining restaurant?
I would. Would you not?
No, I would.
Yeah.
yeah. It's an upper class steakhouse.
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
We did not dress. We weren't. I mean, we were in jeans, but we had a nice sweater on. But we weren't dressed up.
Yeah, not suit and tie or a jacket.
Okay, but when you say dress the part though, are you saying dress it knowing that you're going to a casual restaurant that you're dressed casual, or that you're going to fine dining, or you're just saying in general, like I'm not following you exactly.
Well, if you're going out for a nice dinner,
Sure,
typically I think people would tend to dress
you wear
nicer.
something nicer. Sure,
Right. But there's also a subsection of people, especially today, that don't subscribe to that. They're like, I'm just going to be wearing whatever I feel comfortable wearing.
Right.
Because that's me. And it's almost the flip side now that when you see someone wearing like a hoodie or a tracksuit and they're not dressed for the occasion in the restaurant that they're in, they're typically the people that have the most money because they don't care about how they're like, I don't need to dress to impress.
That's true. I remember, this is not restaurants, but way back in the days when I worked at Home Depot, they used to always, say to you, listen, don't judge the people that come in, because often the farmers that come in the dirty, ripped clothes are the guys with all the cash. So don't be judging them as like, look at this, dirt bag.
You worked at Home Depot?
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
I did, yeah. Not for very long, honestly. I hated it. About 6 months, I was a manager of the paint department.
I do not remember
I did
that.
not like it.
You would think you would like that job, actually.
Yeah, you would, but I didn't. Too much politics, but that's another podcast.
So you had all the good deal on all those tools back then, though.
What tools?
Well, let me ask you this, Spence. Has your dress,
Changed? Yes.
like your dress, I'll call it dress code, but
Yeah.
I would say probably 20 years ago, you would dress up probably more to go to a nice
did.
restaurant than
I
you do
used
now.
to. Yeah.
And so what changed
I would
for
always
you?
wear like a jacket and a collared shirt.
Yeah.
Or a
So
button down.
what changed for you?
Yeah, so why not?
Well, I think,
It's an age thing, part of it.
I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's just we're evolving as a society. Because back then it was more the norm. It was almost like the standard was you dressed up.
That's what I was just thinking. Is that
Most restaurants even had
it used to be that there was more of a dress code, or they would expect you to.
Right.
We used to say,
Men
"Oh, we're
must
going
wear
there." Like,
jackets.
"Oh, I wonder what their dress code is," and you'd be looking up to see.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's kind of like,
Now it's like, hey, if you got the money to go out, then
they're more
you can
lax.
wear-
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know I do want to do a podcast on what I think is a lowering of our standards overall, and so that's a question for this
It's kind of
it does
part and
morph into
parcel.
that a little bit, and we can maybe expand on that at another time. But is that, you said we've evolved? Is that evolution, or is that a lowering of standard? Why is it okay to evolve and say now you don't have to dress up to go for dinner?
I'd say it's an evolution because I think restaurants have realized that people want to be comfortable. As an example, like you're using the example of Lord Nelson where you were. You said you weren't dressed up last night. They've realized that if people are comfortable, they're probably going to stay longer, enjoy themselves more, maybe spend more money, all that. So maybe I think it's an evolution of them accommodating the customer more than us accommodating the dress of what they wanted. Maybe that's it.
But did the customer dictate that, or did the restaurant dictate that? It's interesting, right? Like, I just think it used to be an occasion to dress up and go out for dinner, but now it doesn't feel like the same occasion because you're still wearing your casual clothes.
You got to admit, wait, every single business modifies what they do because the customers ultimately let them know in some capacity how they want to be handled as a customer.
Yeah.
Right? Whether is it the decor, is it the service, is it the food? What is it? There's going to be something, and people keep constantly morph their business to accommodate what their customer is looking for.
I think the difference is that in the past, I think it actually has a lot to do with money.
Okay.
And what you mentioned occasion, right? Everything used to be an occasion. Christmas was an occasion. Going out for dinner was an occasion, right? All these things, were more, they weren't the norm, right? And I think now
It's just every day.
yeah, they're pretty flush with cash than they used to be.
Not everyone, but I know.
I was just going to
but
say,
I know,
yeah.
but I know what
People,
you mean.
But no, most people. The thing,
Yeah,
about,
I know what you mean.
I'll go back to Christmas. We used to look forward to Christmas and Christmas morning because we get all these toys and presents.
Yep.
Because we didn't really have tons of stuff that you would get throughout the year. And now with us raising our own kids, it wasn't the same occasion because we used to buy things every month of the year. If our kids needed something or they wanted a toy or something, you would just buy it. More so than waiting for Christmas and then buying all those gifts and giving them at that occasion.
Okay.
Does that make
perhaps.
sense?
Yeah,
Well,
a little
it makes
bit, yeah.
sense, but I'm not sure where that is. I feel like we've fallen off that topic, or is that?
No, I know exactly what you're saying because it's about. You started with saying it's about money. So
Right. So I think
going out for dinner, you would save up for it. You would do it. It was once in a while
it
occasion.
was more of an occasion.
You go for dinner quite a bit now, so it's not the same occasion. It's just like
So because of that, you think you should be more casual or be able to be more casual because it's not just an
I
occasion.
think it's not as much of an occasion now.
it doesn't have the same importance.
And so for you, you're like, well, just another day. I should be able to wear my track pants.
Well, I don't.
But you wouldn't.
I don't wear.
But you
track
wouldn't do
pants,
that.
but-
No, I know you. I know you wouldn't do that. You would wear jeans and you were wearing a hoodie, I think, last night, and then you went and put a different sweater on to go out for dinner.
Yeah.
but you still had jeans on.
Yeah, I was
right.
I was being smart about that.
No, but I just mean there's still a line for
There's
you.
a standard of sorts.
You wouldn't wear track pants out for dinner.
I would never wear track pants out.
anywhere.
I wouldn't wear track pants out.
No,
Right.
I leave them at home. But I know a lot of people do wear track suits.
Right.
I would never do that.
Out for dinner?
Just out everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never worn
Track
a track
suits.
suit outside of my
Track
house.
suit.
I think
They make track
I think
suits
I had
anymore.
a track suit in like grade 7.
Do they even make suits
do.
anymore that have the matching?
Yeah.
They make
Like
those
the
still?
Adidas stripes
Of
down
course.
everything?
Yeah, I would never be. It's like a Russian mobster.
Yeah.
Yeah. This came up last night though because Sue was talking about airline travel. Right?
Sure.
Being on an airplane, and Sue's mentality is, I'm flying. I should dress. I want to look nice on the airplane. And she was saying, like, so many people now just wear pajamas on the airplane. And I'm like, yeah, because they want to be comfortable.
Sorry, she said she wants to look nice on an airplane?
She likes to. She likes
Really?
to
Put a
dress up a little
scarf
bit.
on and a
Really?
She likes to
wear a
dress up a
hat.
little bit on an airplane. She likes to be comfortable, but also to look like she would put on a dress that was comfortable, but it would still be a dress because because she's on an airplane.
Really? See,
Where I'm not the same as that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people wear pajamas now, and she just thinks like it's.
Yeah, you see some people
should
going
be
to
a
the airport
standard.
and you're like, what are you wearing?
So yeah, I'm not on board with wearing pajamas, but I certainly am not dressing up to get on a plane. I'm picking my pants that I think are comfortable and a t-shirt or whatever.
But you would never wear track pants on an airplane.
I never have. No.
Right.
Yeah.
You would
But
still wear.
I'm sure lots of people do, but I'm just not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a lot of track
I've seen
pants,
a lot
I
of
guess,
track
yeah.
pants, pajamas. I see it all.
Yeah. I would have never thought of dressing up to be on a plane, to be honest.
But some people do.
So
Or they used to probably more in the past. Because again, it was more of an occasion. A lot of people couldn't afford to fly. It was more like an upper class thing,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
For
maybe,
sure.
Maybe that's
And now
what it
it's
is.
like everyone and their brother flies, and now it's kind of gotten
well, we
almost
have,
like
we
being
have,
on a bus.
we have discount flights.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
It's kind of.
Yeah, I guess so. It's become.
It used to be the higher end,
not for the elite.
echelon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think as things become more available and accessible to the masses, then you lose the occasion.
So your first question was, do clothes make the person or the man, right? So
Yeah, it's all about first impressions, right? And
Yeah.
so obviously going to a restaurant wearing a tracksuit, you're making a certain first impression versus wearing a jacket and suit.
yeah, so I think maybe people don't care as much about the impression they make now, maybe, or they just think I am who I am and that's the way it is. But I do recall, it kind of fits with this topic, but when I bought my first car, I think I was 25 or so. I remember going to the Honda dealership to look at a new car. I was buying a brand new car.
Okay.
I didn't know where I was going to go yet, and I went to Honda to do that. And I think I was wearing jeans and a jean jacket, probably an acid wash jean jacket, given the time period in the 80s. And not one sales guy came out of that place to come talk to me on the lot because of what I was wearing. Convinced 100% it's because of what I was wearing.
Yep.
They didn't approach me. They didn't even talk to me. And I remember I stayed there for like 20 minutes and then went, screw it. And I went to Chevrolet, and I bought a car there. And they approached me there. But I firmly believe they didn't come out and talk to me because I didn't look the part. I was young
Yep.
and I had jean jacket on. They probably thought, he's not buying anything. And they didn't even talk to me.
Well, you know what? And I don't think it's quite the same because I don't know that it was about her dress, but maybe it was. But Missy used to hate going into the Brick. That particular one is closed now. I don't. Is the Brick open still? I guess it is.
I think
probably.
so.
Anyways, she hated going in there because she's very short, petite. She says she would dress in like it looked like she's in little kids' clothes almost because she's just a petite person, And they would never. She could stroll through the TV aisle as many times as she want. Nobody would ever say, "Can I help you?" So she'd say, "You need to come with me because they will not. If I'm by myself, they won't even approach me," which is so true. And I would go with her, and the second I'd be in the aisle, "Hey, how are you today, sir?"
But do you think that's her clothing or just because it could be several things?
Well,
her height, could be her gender.
It could be, but I think it just goes along with the idea of you just saying being judged by what you're wearing. I think maybe that wasn't her clothes. Maybe it was. I don't know. But they would not ever help her because they just thought she wasn't the buyer. Maybe.
So you've interviewed people for your job. I've interviewed people. You've interviewed people,
Yeah.
Chad. Do clothes make a difference in the interview process?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
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 Which is, I almost feel bad saying this because I shouldn't say that. I think clothes do matter in an interview because I think you are trying to make the best first impression.
But I for me, it's not the clothing specifically. It's do they look together? Do they look like they've got their life together? So if you don't come into wearing a suit to apply as a contractor, it's not necessary. But come in, look like you had a shower, your hair was clean, like you just look like you're clean and together and organized. To me, it's probably the overall package as opposed to the clothes specifically.
Yeah, I would agree with that because if someone comes in for an interview and they're wearing a suit, but it's like an old suit or their shoes are
Right.
dirty, you're
Yeah.
looking at them like, ooh, this
You can
guy.
tell they've never worn the suit in 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like their dad's suit. It doesn't fit them. And
They
you're
stopped
like,
at
okay, this
Byway
guy,
on the way and grabbed a suit. Right.
So I guess it does. You're right. It's probably more about being put together.
It's the image that they convey.
Okay, but if I came up to an interview of yours in t-shirt and shorts,
Yeah.
but I still look together, would that be okay?
I think it depends on. I mean, if you had ripped jeans on, jean shorts.
I just told you I'm wearing shorts.
No, you said shorts, but they could have been.
I'm
ripped
wearing
jean
shorts and a t-shirt.
or are they golf shorts? I mean,
They're
what kind
golf
of shorts
shorts and a t-shirt.
They're like shorts, like
Short
fluorescent,
shorts.
fluorescent pink
Fluorescent.
shorts.
little Adidas gym
Richard
shorts.
Simmons fluorescent
Exactly.
gym shorts.
No, then you're not getting hired probably.
No, I'm wearing golf shorts and a golf shirt and
I mean,
or a t-shirt.
I can't honestly tell you if somebody has applied for a job for me for an interview wearing shorts like that, but I don't see that as being a big deal necessarily. If somebody came in beach shorts and a tank and flip flops, that would be different,
Yeah.
right?
For me, it's about a bit of effort, right? If you're doing
Right.
an interview, show me some effort that you actually want to
Yeah.
put your best foot forward. And that some of that means you're going to dress appropriately for that interview. And it doesn't have to be a suit, like you said. Like I think I probably put a suit on when I went to Craigwood, and I didn't have to do that, but I did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sadly, people are getting judged, and not we're talking about interviews now, but sadly, in all walks of life, people are getting judged by how they appear.
Yep.
Which is not fair, but it is what happens.
Yeah, well, I think when you were younger, you did dress because that was kind of like you thought you had to dress a certain way.
Like for a job, you mean, or just
for
in
a
general?
job or for dinner, for whatever it was, or you just felt there was a certain
dressed to impress.
Even in high school, you had to wear a certain type of clothing. Right?
And I think as you get older, maybe that's what it is. Maybe as you get older, you're just like,
You just say,
I don't give
whatever."
a shit anymore.
well,
I
you
don't-
don't. You do.
Like I think you care less about what people
absolutely.
think.
Yeah, you want to be yourself.
Well, yeah, there's some truth to that about caring about what people. You would wear stuff, you're like, oh, they're going to laugh at me, right? And you wouldn't wear
And
it.
now if you're comfortable in your own skin and what you're wearing,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't.
Yeah,
yes. However, there's still a line because if
There
three of
is.
us went to a funeral, we would wear something nice.
Sure.
It may not be a 3-piece suit,
Right.
But it would be a nice pair of pants,
but
a button-down shirt,
Yeah.
maybe a tie, maybe not, maybe a jacket, no tie, but we would still look.
It'd be appropriate attire for the
in fairness,
occasion.
it used to be that if you were going to a funeral, you wore a suit no matter what. And
Yes.
now I see
And
a lot.
typically
more,
a
I see
dark
a lot
suit.
more jeans and a sweater and things like that, which I think is personally totally fine with me.
But there's still a line because if someone came in a tank and flip flops at a funeral, you'd be like, "Oh, thanks for dressing up, dude." Like
Yeah.
it would bother you probably. And it would bother me.
Yeah, I've definitely seen people at a funeral and went, "Wow, like you didn't."
It's because it's about effort. It's like,
yeah.
come on, like
It's respect.
Show
I think.
your-
It's
show
respect.
show your
respect
respect.
and-
Yeah.
So is that the thing then with the clothes? Is it that wear what's appropriate to the environment to be respectful of the environment? Is that really what it is? As long as you're respecting the environment, it doesn't matter what you wear. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, I think the clothes have to be relative to where you're going and what the event is. I think, and I think there are a certain segment of the population that just kind of go, "I'm going to wear what I'm going to wear, and I don't really care what I'm doing or where I'm going."
Yeah. And I think people that say that or do that typically,
I have the money.
it's kind of crazy, but
a lot of times that's true.
I think it is true. More so now that you definitely can't judge a book by the cover.
Yeah. Well,
Because you see a lot of, Silicon Valley guys and .com guys that made a lot of money. Even look at Zuckerberg. The guy wears like a t-shirt and jeans, and that's kind of
Look
his.
at Elon Musk, what he wears. Yeah.
absolutely.
So I think it's kind of
It's
the
so I
lines
think
are blurred.
it's about being comfortable in your own skin, as you said, and I think it's about the air of how you carry yourself. Because if you are dressed extremely casual, let's say, in a not dirty, but extremely casual in a fancy restaurant, as you said, but you carry yourself with some class, that the dress means much less in my eyes as to how you carry yourself.
Or you could be wearing a suit and be a complete knob.
Yeah, and we've all met them.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know who I am?
Exactly.
Yeah. But again, going back to your title of this, do clothes make the man or the person? There's something to be said for how you feel when you wear something nice,
Very true.
right? Like
Look
there's,
good, feel good.
Yeah. And I'm a big believer in if you wake up one day and you just feel kind of crappy, it's like, oh, I don't feel great, but I look good. And therefore
Yeah.
it
You can
changes.
fake it.
Yeah. No, it's true. It changes. It changes things. And I think when you go out and you feel like you look good or you look together, that does change how you come across.
And I think too, as you said before, when we started talking about first impressions, if I was going to go to a restaurant I had never been to before, I might wear something differently on the first time I went. But if I've been to that restaurant multiple times, I might then
well, that
air
makes
to be
sense.
more
Yeah.
casual because they know me.
Right.
Right. I'm more comfortable.
They know what you're about.
I can see that you're dressed up the first couple times and then they get to know you and they're all sort of just the personality and all of that. And, you know,
Well, that's life though. I mean,
Right.
What'd you wear on your first date with Missy compared to what you wear when you go out now? Like,
Yeah.
right? Like,
She's like, if I
wearing
get
it.
dressed,
well, we know what
I'm
Chad
wearing
wears.
it right now.
Yeah.
That's what,
That's his dress shirt. His dress t-shirt.
It's dress
my
t-shirt.
dress
Well, it's a
V-neck.
V-neck.
It
so
is
it's
a dressy
It-
t-shirt.
It's a nice.
It is.
It's
I
actually-
guaranteed you could put that underneath a jacket and you would look.
It's
You
that,
could.
This is actually, you want to feel it. It's actually a very nice material.
You could
I'll
put
be
it
honest
under
with
a
you.
jacket.
It's a nice. It is a nice one.
You used to always wear that, a V-neck and a jacket. Spence,
Yeah.
that was one of your go-tos.
I still do.
Yeah.
I like that look. I think
But
it's
you don't wear
classic.
jackets as much as you used to.
No,
Yeah.
no. Which is weird.
Yeah, because I know you liked it.
So did you when you started in your current role? Were you in more of a suit attire for the first
Yeah.
many years?
Yeah. I always used to wear like dress pants and a button down collared shirt.
Now, do you think that you just got lazy and thought,
Yeah.
or do you think that the environment didn't call for it?
I think it's I don't know.
That's a tough one. That's a good question because there's a persona.
Right.
There's a bit of
Again,
a,
I think when I was younger, I wanted to play the part more. And now
Yeah.
that I'm in
Now
the
you're
role
like, whatever.
and I played the part, I'm like, I am who I am.
Yeah.
People know me. I don't need to dress to impress.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
And
work-
you're not a power hungry.
No,
Right.
I'm not.
No. But there still needs to be a separation and a bit of a boundary between the boss and the employees. There is.
I think that's covered in how you carry yourself, though. Really,
Yeah.
if you're not dressed like a slob, I think that's covered in how you carry yourself.
But it is true. You're very casual now at work. Yeah.
But you know what it is? I find.
I was actually going to talk to you about that, if you don't mind. Just
well, here's what I'm
briefly.
going to say before you say what you're going to say. I think.
What were you going to say?
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
You say it.
I think that the. No, I do believe that when you stop wearing dressy clothes, it's harder to get back into dressy clothes.
Yes, I would agree.
You know, because I used to wear dressy clothes all the time and it didn't bother me.
Especially when they invented stretchy jeans.
No, but not even that. Like obviously, you know, we've all worn dress clothes and gone to funerals or weddings or work if you had an
They're
event.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I know before I never used to feel like they were uncomfortable. But when you stop wearing dressy clothes and start wearing more casual, comfy
Yeah.
clothes,
You realize what you're
you start
missing.
realizing, oh, this is so much nicer to wear and work in this kind of stuff. That when you do have to put on, you know, a suit and tie and you're going to a wedding, I can't wait to get home and like take that crap off and put like sweats on.
Oh, for sure.
Let me ask you a question. So you're wearing a much more casual. You're in an important role. You got a lot of employees, a lot of responsibility. If you walk into another place, let's say similar size as you, and you were going to meet with the CEO or whoever, is your first thought? Do you judge them on what they're wearing, or is that like you're already in that casual outfit? Do you think you go in expecting that they might look a little different because they're in that same role?
Yeah. So
I'm curious about that because you lose sight in your own place. You go somewhere else. Are you like looking for the guy who's dressed that looks like he's the boss?
well, before you answer that though, and you tell me if I'm right. If you were going to go to another company to meet someone else and who's your peer at your level,
Yeah, I would dress
you
up.
would dress up.
Of course I would.
And because you're dressing up, you would probably expect that they're also going to be wearing something different to meet you.
Well,
than
again,
they
I
might
think
wear.
it comes down to first impressions. If
Yes.
I've never met the person, I'm going to dress way more
Yes.
appropriate.
or way more dressy than I would if I hadn't met the person before.
Because it's relative to your role.
Sure.
Yes.
And out of respect for the person, like I'm going to the
Yes. So you dress up to go to another company to meet the COO, and as you walk in to meet him, he's wearing a T-shirt and some shorts, looking very casual.
Yeah.
Would that change your opinion of him
No.
first time you met him? No.
No, how they carry themselves, as you said, Chad, is how I judge people based on how
See,
they.
I feel like I don't want to say that I would look differently on them, but I feel like if they had board shorts on and a tank,
I feel a bit differently.
I would be like, what's this? Why is this guy like
I would
so,
think it
so
was
casual?
inappropriate because it's the first time I met them.
Right.
Same reason why you dressed up.
Yeah,
for
I
the
would.
first
I
time
wouldn't
you
think
met
that he
them.
was a bad person. I would just be
Right.
questioning why he wouldn't have made the effort.
Right.
Right.
When you did, when you made the effort.
Right.
Yeah.
But is that fair of me to judge him for that? If maybe he wears a suit, it's 6 days out of 7, and that was the day he decided to go casual.
Well, okay. I've worn a suit to an interview before, and the person interviewing me was in shorts and a shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I wear a suit?
But I think it's different though. When I'm going to see someone, I would typically dress up more
Yes.
than I would if I was just at my office.
Well, on the
But on the
same-
flip side, if someone's coming to visit me, I don't always dress up when someone's coming to visit me.
Even for the first time?
It would depend. Like if all your shareholders were coming in for a meeting, you would probably wear something
I
nice,
know
right?
you because if you're meeting a new salesperson for the first time, you typically dress up a little bit.
I will, yes. But I'm also, I think when you're in your own space and someone's coming to visit you,
There's a
I
comfort.
think it's more onus is on them to get dressed up because they're coming to visit you versus you being there to receive a guest is different. I don't know why.
Maybe, but I would still probably dress up first time either way. If I'm going or
I
receiving.
still do, yes. But I think I'm more apt to be more casual when I'm at my own in my own environment versus going somewhere to see somebody.
Yeah, like if I'm
not saying it's
meeting
right, but-
if I'm meeting a new potential client, even on camera on Zoom, I'm dressing up. I'm putting on a dress shirt. If I'm going there, I'm wearing dress pants and a nice dress shirt. But after that, I might have meetings with them a month later on Zoom, and I might have a sweatshirt on because now I know them.
Right. It sounds like what you're saying then, back to your original question, is that the clothes do make the man or the woman or
Well, I think they
whatever
do.
the case.
They make that's how you present yourself to the world or to whoever it is you're meeting. So, I do believe,
But you just have to do it temporarily because after you've met them and they know that
Potentially.
you're a decent human being,
Right.
you can
Well,
be,
because
you
it's
can be
about
yourself,
first impressions, yeah.
right?
right.
And all they have to make that judgment is what is your appearance. After that, they get to
They get
know
to
who
know
you are.
me and they get to understand how I operate and
Right.
they're talking to me and they get to know me. Now I know my looks are less important.
Right.
Because
So long story short, Chad, for the next podcast,
if you don't mind,
if you don't mind wearing something
Wearing
a
it-
little bit more appropriate,
Do you want me to wear a jacket with my fancy V-neck?
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
I could do that.
I think for the next
I will do
podcast-
that. We could. You want to dress up?
For the next podcast, we should dress up and just feel good about ourselves. Why
sure.
not?
But I already feel good about myself, Wade.
You say that, Chad, but the way you carry yourself,
we're looking at you and it's not
It's
good.
questionable.
it's about how
not
you
a good
carry
look.
yourself, Chad.
Oh boy.
We should dress up for the next one. Why not? Just prove our point.
Yeah, we can.
I bet we're on fire.
I bet we get more views.
Oh, you think you're going to get more views if you're dressed up?
We
Well,
might.
I mean, that might just really answer the question that you just asked today based on that.
It might be a bias experiment because now they know what we're doing. But yeah, I see we should. Next podcast, we're going to wear a suit jacket.
You know what's really cool is we could have a suit pants, pajama bottoms,
They
and a
wouldn't
suit
even
jacket.
know.
And
Well, they might know if we do, depending on the view.
yeah, well, we'll just make sure they can't see the bottom half.
I'm not wearing pants right now, and they don't know. So
Oh, well.
there you go.
There you go. Hang on, let me just change the camera angle real quick.
I think we should wear a suit jacket next time.
Let's do it
Oh, if you
Put
want
on
to.
call it the power suit, right? Put on your power suit.
and see how it makes you feel.
Haven't you ever put on a
podcast.
power suit? What you call a power suit to feel good?
Yeah.
I don't think I still fit into a power suit, but I would have to.
Well, you had a power suit on at your daughter's wedding,
Yes, but that was a rental, in fairness. But
but you look good.
thank you.
Yeah.
I felt good, actually.
Yeah. You used to have power blazers you put on and be like, this is my power blazer. I feel like
It used to be my navy blazer with like the gold buttons
With the
on
tan.
it. Yeah,
the tan
exactly.
the tan elbow.
The
Yeah.
tan elbows,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but you
Looked
did- you felt good. You
like
felt
a high school
confident.
teacher.
You feel confident.
I think no matter what it is that you're wearing, if it makes you feel good and you feel confident in what you're wearing,
Yeah.
then that's probably a power.
Yeah.
A power
Because there's
outfit.
times you can put something casual on and go, I'm not comfortable in this. I don't even like how I feel or look, and you change it.
Yeah.
Well, I think the moral of the story is you dress for success. I don't know. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Fair,
And whatever
fair to say?
that, however that is. For
I
you.
think you dress for confidence.
Okay. So the answer is that the clothes do make the man or the woman or whatever the case, but
Well, I think it does. In terms of first impressions, yes, because you only get one chance to make a first impression, and so
but similarly, maybe people shouldn't be so quick to judge on a first impression by
shouldn't
what
be.
somebody's
I
wearing.
definitely would agree with that.
They shouldn't be, but we all have implicit bias. You don't know, right?
Implicit.
Yes.
Nice, Wade. I like that.
Well, it's true. We all make judgments based on things that we don't even know are happening.
But you have to. You've got
Yeah.
2 seconds
Well,
to
that's
see
all you-
someone.
that's
You
all you
make a
have.
judgment.
Yeah.
You make a first impression,
yeah.
right or wrong, whatever it is. Right.
Yep.
Well, here's my first impression. That was a good topic, Spence. Thank you.
Well, I just think it's we didn't really know how to say it to you, Chad, without making you feel bad that
No, I
you need a new wardrobe.
listen.
but
Yeah.
I acknowledge that I'm going to have to wear a suit jacket.
I mean, we
next
talked-
time.
we
it's
talked-
like, how do we tell Chad?
We talked extensively last night. How do we bring this up without
Yeah.
Chad being offended?
right. So I said I'll make it like a podcast topic.
Yeah, he won't even know.
Yeah, I'll have you know that I did change out of my pajama bottoms before you got here.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
The Superman pajama bottoms. That's right. The greatest American hero pajama bottoms. Yeah.
Anyways, good topic.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, Spencer.
You're
I
welcome.
think as a continuation, we should talk about, is it evolution or lowering of standards? That might be a good continuation of a podcast. So stay tuned for that, everyone.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Next time.
till next time.
On ProBROknow.
There you go.
Ciao.